You know, ideas are a lot like dinner. They're something we all need, something we all crave, and yet, everyone has their own taste. Some people like things spicy, others want it plain, and a few just want to skip the meal altogether. But no matter what, we all end up at the table eventually. Just look at this plate in front of me. It's a mix of flavors, colors, and textures, just like the conversations we have when we gather together. Every ingredient tells a story, every bite is a choice. Some folks see a feast, others see, well, something they'd never touch. It's funny how the same dish can spark excitement in one person and hesitation in another. That's the beauty and the challenge of sharing a table. And isn't that exactly how we act with our beliefs? We bring our own preferences, our own histories, and sometimes our own baggage to the table. We talk, we debate, we even argue, but deep down we're all just trying to find something that satisfies us. Let's say I invite my family to dinner. The table is set, the food is ready, and everyone's got a seat. It sounds simple, but the moment the food hits the table, things get interesting. I serve up my favorite dish, but immediately, lines are drawn. Some absolutely love it. They dive in, eager for seconds, and can't wait to tell everyone how great it is. They're piling their plates, grinning ear to ear, and can't understand how anyone would pass this up. To them, it's the best thing on the table, and they want everyone to join in. Then you've got another group poking at their food, making that face. Yeah, you know the one. They're not convinced, maybe even a little suspicious. They wonder why anyone would choose this dish when there are so many other options. They'd rather skip the meal altogether. Maybe they're waiting for something better, or maybe they just don't want to take the risk. Either way, they're not joining in. Now here's where it gets spicy. Sometimes a dish is so bold, so different, that it divides the table even more. People start to take sides, and suddenly it's not just about taste, it's about identity. Some people love the dish so much they don't just eat, they guard it. They hold their plate close as if sharing would somehow ruin the experience. They want to keep it all to themselves, convinced that only they truly appreciate it. Imagine someone saying, if you don't like this food, you're not welcome at my table. That's the extreme. It's not enough to enjoy the meal. They want to decide who gets to eat and who doesn't. They're not just enjoying their meal, they're drawing a line for or against, right or left. The table becomes a battleground, and suddenly it's us versus them. Others might feel so strongly against the food, they take it a step further. Maybe they toss their plate right off the table. That's the other extreme. It's not just about not eating, it's about making a statement. Now it's not just about disagreeing, it's about making sure no one else can enjoy it either. The act becomes a protest, a way to disrupt the meal for everyone. But wait, there's another flavor. Some people love the food so much they don't want anyone else to have it. They hoard it, pulling the dish closer, making sure no one else gets a taste. If someone else reaches for a bite, they flip the whole table just so nobody gets any. It's dramatic, it's messy, and it leaves everyone hungry. And guess what? The people who hate the food can flip the table out of spite too. It's wild, right? Suddenly the meal is ruined for everyone, and the table is empty. But ideas work the exact same way. When we gather to discuss, debate, or share, we bring all our flavors to the table. Sometimes it's harmonious, other times it's chaos. We gather around a topic and before you know it, sides form. People cluster together, finding comfort in those who share their taste and distance from those who don't. Some folks are all in, others push back. The table becomes a map of our differences and sometimes our divisions. And the extremes? They just can't help but try to control the whole table. They want to decide what's served, who gets a seat, and who has to leave. So why do we get so divided? Maybe it's passion, maybe it's the fear of being wrong, or maybe it's just the comfort of being surrounded by people who agree with us. Maybe it's fear of being left out, of not having a place at the table, of being the only one with a different taste. Or maybe, just maybe, we're all a little hungry for belonging. We want to be seen, to be heard, to be part of something bigger than ourselves. Next time you find yourself at the table of ideas, ask, am I enjoying my meal, or am I flipping the table? Am I making room for others, or am I pushing them away? Am I listening or just waiting for my turn to speak? Because at the end of the day, the table's big enough for all of us, if we let it be. The real feast isn't just the food or the ideas, it's the company, the conversation, and the willingness to share the table, even when we don't all agree.